Welcome to Proven and Probable, where we focus on metals, mining, and more. I'm your host, Maurice Jackson. Today, we welcome ABRAPLATA Resource Corp, which is focused on unlocking value in Argentina, trading on the TSXV symbol ABRA and on the OTCQB symbol ABBRF. Joining us for a conversation is Willem Fuchter. He is the president and CEO of ABRAPLATA Resource Corp. Mr. Fuchter, welcome to the show, sir.
It's a pleasure to be back. Thank you for having me on, Maurice.
Willem, let's discuss the latest press release entitled ABRAPLATA Files Diablillo's Silver Gold Project PEA Report. Let's get into the details of the release. When did ABRAPLATA officially file its PEA with CDAR, and what can you share with us?
Yes, the report is entitled Technical Report on the Diablillos Project, Salta Province, Argentina, and is dated April 16, 2018. The report proposes an open-pit mining by contractor using a conventional truck and shovel operation in two pits, in the larger Oculta pit, as well as the much smaller Fantasma open cut. Processing is by a conventional silver plant comprising crushing, grinding, agitated vat leach, and then precipitation of the precious metals by the Merrill-Crowe process. The project is expected to achieve an undiscounted pre-tax cash flow of some $630 million US dollars, or an after-tax cash flow of nearly $400 million, $391 million to be exact. It's also expected to achieve an after-tax NPV at a discount rate of 7.5% of $212 million, and it will achieve an after-tax internal rate of return of some 30.2%, 30.2% that is. Payback will be in 3.1 years, and it will have a mine life of 8 years after a pre-production period of 18 months. It's expected to produce nearly 10 million ounces of silver equivalent per year, and it will require an initial capital of some $293 million.
Willem, how do these numbers relate using the same discount rate but using current gold and silver prices?
Well, that's a good question. Indeed, the economic data were based on using $20 an ounce for silver and $1,300 an ounce for gold. At a $16 ounce silver, the IRR will still be about 20%. It'll be 20.3%. And NPV at 7.5% discount rate changes about $25 million for every $1 change in the silver price. For example, at $16 an ounce, NPV will be still $110 million compared to what we calculated using the $20 silver price of 212. And at $24 an ounce, the NPV will be close to $300 million.
Now that the PEA is complete, what is the timeline for a pre-feasibility study?
We hope to complete the pre-feasibility study, or PFS, by the end of the year. And our overall objective is to deliver a fully permitted, construction-ready project by the end of 2019. So in 2019, we will move on from the PFS and do the definitive study. This will require we do the following. First of all, we need to do the additional engineering work to complete the pre-feasibility. We are also continuing with the environmental studies and starting the permitting applications. And finally, we're going to do further drilling as we see a strong potential to increase resources from the property, and which will need to be considered in the pre-feasibility study.
Speaking of drilling, let's discuss current activity going on right now. Talk to us about resource expansion at the Oculta deposit and satellite occurrences Are the drills turning there right now?
No, we hope to have them turning round about late May, early June. And we see three important locations where we can increase the resource. First of all, within the existing Oculto pit shell, there's a lot of opportunity to increase mineralization, to turn mineralization in the current pit shell into a resource category. Secondly, is to continue the drilling of some of the satellite deposits like Fantasma, which surround the Oculto deposit. And finally, there's the deep gold zone, which lies below the pit, and which we hope to do some drilling on and show that there is considerable potential to increase gold-rich resources below the pit.
We focused on the silver and gold at the Diablillos, but ABRAPLATA has 3 more projects in its portfolio, some which host copper and may have a significant influence on the share price in the future. Can you provide us with an update on these projects?
Absolutely. In addition to Diablillos, we've got 2 other porphyry projects. These are copper, gold, and molybdenum projects, and these are Cerro Amarillo, which is located in west central Argentina in the province of Mendoza, and Samenta, which lies about 120 kilometers northwest of the Diablillos. Cerro Amarillo, the one in west central Argentina, shares a mining camp with the famous Chilean copper deposit called El Teniente. It lies in the same neogene belt of volcanics, and is hosted by intrusives which have the same age as El Teniente. El Teniente, as your listeners probably know, is a behemoth porphyry project just across the border in Chile. And in terms of current reserves as well as past production, it hosts at least 170 billion pounds of copper. So it truly is a behemoth. And our Cerro Amarillo project, like El Teniente, is not a single porphyry. Rather, it's a cluster of porphyries. And on our property, we've got at least 5 porphyry projects, porphyry intrusions, 4 of which have got copper mineralization mapped at surface. All 5 of them have got good geochemical expression, and on 2 of them we've been able to do conventional IP, and the IP has indicated there's chargeable material underlying mapped copper mineralization at surface. So this is ready for drilling. However, it lies on 168 square kilometer property, and these porphyry projects are large projects, and what we hope to do is interest a major mining company to come in and help assist with the further development of these large copper, gold, moly porphyry projects.
Willem, we've talked about the latent material in the ground. Talk to us about the relationship that management and the technical team's expertise have for the task at hand and their ability to secure permits.
Well, most of executive management is actually resident in Argentina, and that certainly helps with the relationships that we have both with provincial authorities as well as the federal government officials. But I think most importantly is the fact that our chairman, Hernan Sabaja, is one of the prominent mining lawyers in Argentina, and he's been on the board of such companies, the local boards that is, of such companies as Barrick, Pan American Silver, Peñoles from Mexico. As well, he's done work for most of the junior explorers that have been working in Argentina over the last 20 years. As a mining lawyer, he's obviously well connected with the various authorities in the mining provinces, and Salta is one of those, as well as with the mining authorities in the federal system. So that certainly makes it a really lot easier to have those kind of relationships as we move forward in further developing the Diablesis project.
In closing, Mr. Fuchter, what is the next short-term goal for ABRAPLATA? When should we expect results, and what determines success?
Well, I think as you asked a little earlier on, we hope that the drills will be turning in late May, early June. Since some of these targets are high-grade gold targets, I think we can expect to see some pretty exciting results in June, July of this year. And in terms of what results we can expect, as I mentioned to you, we're going to be drilling some of these gold-rich zones. And perhaps what your listeners might remember from our previous conversations is the fact that there's metal zonation of gold-rich at the bottom of the deposit, moving to gold-silver in the bulk of the project, then silver-gold, and right at the top of the deposit, it seems to be silver only. Most of the targets that we are going to be drilling now are some of the deeper gold-rich targets, and I think that what we might be seeing is that we might be moving this project from a silver project with a strong PEA indicating robust economics to a gold-rich deposit with a silver cap. So we're really excited with the future possibilities that we might be seeing for this project.
Mr. Fuchter, if we don't achieve the results that we're looking for, what's Plan B?
Well, first of all, I think that we can expect the results that we're looking for, because there's already one or two drill holes that have intersected some of these gold-rich zones, and they indicate really high grades of up to 17 grams per ton gold over 10 meters. So I'm not too concerned about not being able to meet expectations. Nevertheless, the PEA in its own right, which is based on the current information, indicates really robust economics, as we've been talking about a little bit earlier in the talk. And secondly, we're already talking to some mid-tier silver producers to see if they can assist with the construction and operating phases of the project within the next 2 years.
And last question, sir. What did I forget to ask?
Well, our goal is completing the pre-feasibility study, and in order to accomplish that, we're going to need capital. So we have just opened a private placement financing, and we're offering units at 20 cents, with each unit comprising a share and a full warrant exercisable at 30 cents for 3 years.
And Mr. Fuchter, for someone listening that wants to get more information regarding ABRAPLATA Resource Corp, please share the contact details.
Please look at our website, which is at www.abraplata.com.
And for our listeners that want to get more information regarding the financing opportunities with ABRAPLATA Resource Corp, your point of contact is Robert Brueggemann. His phone number is 416-884-3556. That number again is 416-884-3556. Or you may email him at rob@abraplata.com. That's rob@abraplata.com. And last but not least, please visit our website, www.provenandprobable.com, where we interview the most respected names in the natural resource space. You may reach us at contact@provenandprobable.com. And as a reminder, ABRAPLATA Resource Corp is a sponsor of Proven and Probable, and that we are proud shareholders of ABRAPLATA for the virtues conveyed in today's message. Willem Fuchter of ABRAPLATA Resource Corp, thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable.
Thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable. Remember to like and subscribe for more conversations with the most respected names in the natural resource space. Check out our website at www.provenandprobable.com. The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.